From the East Brunswick Jewish Center, I'm Rabbi Jeff Paivo. If you've ever played Monopoly, then you know that once you mortgage a property in that game, you can regain it only by paying back the mortgage along with an added premium. The rule is, if times get tough, the bank will help you out. But if you want your house back, the bank is going to take its cut. The same holds true in the Parsha this week in Behukotai. We learn that when someone has consecrated their house to God, meaning that its use or its value is set aside for the use of the priests and the temple, a Kohen, a priest, will make an assessment of it. At the time of the assessment, it becomes God's property and can only be redeemed by the owner by buying it back at a 20% premium. The assessment of a home's value in a game of Monopoly or in the real world operates according to set rules. But how do we assess the value of a gift to God, including the gift of a home? The Torah has set values for various offerings, sin offerings, guilt offerings, thanksgiving offerings, and so forth. But it also leaves the value of certain consecrations up to assessment by the priesthood, including here in the case of houses. In part, that is probably because of the fluctuation in home values over time, something that we are all familiar with. But there's also the matter of emotional value. A thing is worth what someone will pay for it. And what we are willing to pay for something reflects a subjective judgment about how we feel about that thing. Similarly, the value we attach to our synagogue home fluctuates according to our feelings about the synagogue generally. When we are unhappy with shul policies, a perceived value decreases. When we are pleased with those things, it increases. My goal as rabbi is to constantly reassess how to increase the emotional value of our synagogue home to each of our members. I'll welcome your suggestions about how to do so, even as we all recognize the finite amount of resources that we have to deal with as a synagogue community. It's only by attempting to forge new and deeper relationships with each other through the synagogue and its programs and its policies that we can assure a good return on our investment in one another. From all of us at the East Brunswick Jewish Center, a Shabbat Shalom.